August 22nd. This is Bears Marquee Minute Talk. This is crazy.
Drigh Bartender. What's going on? How are you guys?
Oh, you're here with the Sun God Rams.
Alright. A lot to talk about. Just watching some of the Hard Knocks. Got some
Bears.
questions for you guys, you know?
Chicago Bears.
So as I said, it's the 22nd. We got a game tonight, 7:20.
Bears.
We heard from Eberfleis that the starters, most of them aren't going to be playing, but that doesn't mean there's plenty of other stuff that we can't talk about. So how about that Hard Knocks? What do you guys think?
I thought it was good.
It was good.
I enjoyed it. I think it wasn't as juicy as I thought it was going to be. I don't know. Maybe I expected a little more like wheeling and dealing and fighting, and it's all positive, man, which is good.
It's a happy, cohesive team right now.
It seems like it. Hopefully it can translate to the regular season. It is just preseason, so they're playing some second stringers as well, depending on what the other teams are doing. It is what it is. It's part of the process.
It's not the full team yet.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Come game day in about 3 weeks. Also, by the way, if you guys haven't done so already, it's NFL fantasy draft time. Get your draft teams together. Draft Sundays by I forget the date, but it's coming soon, guys. So, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I'm doing mine online. I gotta.
I'm seeing Caleb Williams, Keenan Allen, and Bears defense all day, every day. Maybe Rose will do in a later round.
The Bears are looking good. It's been a while. You can say the Bears are looking good.
It's the quarterback. We all know it. It's been a long time since we've had anything good. Not the first mobile quarterback we've had, mind you. Bobby Douglas, actually, in 1972, broke the single season record for rushing for a quarterback playing for the Chicago Bears.
Let's not discredit Justin Fields as he wasn't bad. He just...
No, it's preseason. It's preseason, man. No one's... Judgment's not being passed in that aspect quite yet, Let's see what he looks like 8 games into the season, Let's see what midway through the season he looks like. See how he reacts to, first-team defenses coming at him for a whole game. And we'll see how he goes. But, he's got lofty comparisons right now. People calling, saying... Reminds him of Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
I was looking at the all-time touchdown completion records by our quarterbacks, and it's crazy how.
Jay Cutler.
Well, Trubisky wasn't even here that long, and he's already in the top
5.
Yeah,
I think he's number 5.
Orton's there. It's just insane how some of these guys.
Yeah, stack up. Sid Luckman's number 1, right?
Yeah. At number, they have him at number 2. Eric Kramer, number 1.
Kramer.
Yeah.
Wow, throwback. Yeah. Some of the people listening probably don't even know who Eric Kramer is. Never heard of him. Probably thinking Seinfeld.
My era started with Grossman, and he's there. He's representing.
Kramer.
Wow,
Rex Grossman. Wow, yeah.
Is that guy still alive? What's Rex Grossman?
Somebody do a wellness check on Rex Grossman.
Is he doing all right? Speaking of other former QBs, what's going on in Pittsburgh? Not really our division, not really our problem necessarily. However, if Justin Fields happens to see 51% playing time, our draft pick goes from a 5th rounder to a 4th rounder.
Wow. Okay. So I hope Justin gets some playing time.
That was in the fine print?
That was in the fine print.
Wow.
If Justin Fields sees more than 51% playing time, we jump up a round. We take their 4th round pick instead of their 5th.
How common is that to have a
Actually,
deal like that?
I think it might be 5th instead of 6th. I apologize. I think it might be 5th instead of 6th.
Is that a normal thing?
I think so. In the NFL, there's conditional picks. Some teams want to get rid of players, and they're not bad players, but if they hit certain marks that can stay healthy, the other team will be like, all right, we'll take a little gamble. We'll give you a 5th rounder for this guy that, if healthy,
trades in the MLS.
We'll make it to a 4th rounder. We got both picks.
I hope those Steelers do good. I like Russell Wilson also. He does good work.
You know, there's a lot of similarities. I mean, I don't want to say it because Russell Wilson's having a couple down years, but Russell Wilson and Caleb Williams are very similar quarterbacks. You know, they're mobile quarterbacks. They can throw from the run. They invent things. I mean, don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson doesn't play quite as, or didn't, I should say, didn't play quite as snazzy as Patrick Mahomes, but he quietly put together a really good first 6 seasons in the NFL. I mean, he won the Super Bowl in the second year.
He had good help with the Legion of Boom.
Marshawn Lynch was on that team, you know.
Yeah, it was
Famously,
a great squad.
They lost. They could have repeated. But they lost on a last-minute play where Russell Wilson threw the ball 2 yards out instead of handing it to Marshawn Lynch. And they lost to the Patriots, Super Bowl.
And I've got that Rex Grossman thing before we go on break here. He last played for the Atlanta Falcons in 2015 before he was being released. Not sure what he's doing now.
I'm sure he owns like a brewery or a deli or something.
I mean, we just saw Mitch. He was in Buffalo, so we know where Mitchie's at.
Yeah, shout out to Mitch. I love that video where he signs the sandwich and then the guy
that's
eats
amazing.
it.
Let's, on that note, let's go on break.
You have sound effects? Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Bears Talk here at the QFTV studio.
Yeah.
So the Bears have a lot of weapons here. You know, we got DJ Moore, Keenan Allen.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah, and then joining them, the new rookie, Rome. Come on. We gotta get excited about this, all these weapons.
I mean, in Justice League terms, we basically got Superman, Batman, and Cyborg.
Cyborg?
I mean, he's younger than the rest of them. Is the only reason he's not like Green Lantern or Hawkman, something a little bit, different. But that's why.
Then you got the number 2 backup, Tyson Bagent. You know you can rely on him. We've seen what he can do just with a little bit of playing time. You know.
I will say I saw a market improvement.
You have Nightwing.
I saw a very market improvement. Nightwing, is that what you're comparing? Yeah, that's. I would say that's an accurate description, except for the fact that Batman is one of the wide receivers. I would say Caleb Williams. Maybe Caleb Williams is Cyborg. I don't know. Could it be Green Lantern?
Could be the Flash.
Could be the Flash.
That's a good comparison. Yeah.
You know.
Consider it Superman and what is it, Superboy?
Flash, another running quarterback for the Chicago Bears, Cordell Stewart. I mean, he was not drafted by them, but played for them for a little bit there. Getting back to mobile quarterbacks, which I think going into the NFL, it's a necessity. You got bigger, faster defensive ends, linebackers, defensive backs coming at you. The quarterback has to be able to be mobile, throw on the run, make good decisions, and I think. One of the things that, I love Justin Fields to death, and I wish him the best, wish him the best now.
Great guy.
He just wasn't, all there. He couldn't put all the things together. And I think Caleb Williams has the ability to do so. I think he does. I think he's good. I think he's talented. I think he's smart. I think he puts in the work.
Looking a bit more talented, yeah.
Looking forward, I do suspect, there may be some issues with personality and contract extensions, but until that bridge comes, we'll wait to cross that.
Also got to keep an eye out for Austin Booker.
Oh yeah, Booker. I mean, great pickup. The only, again, it's preseason, whatever.
Yeah.
He's obviously got talent. I think he needs to bulk up a little bit.
3-0. Let's get hyped.
He needs to bulk up a little bit.
Let's get hyped now. It's 3-0 in preseason.
Yeah. I think he needs to bulk up, get some strength. The young man definitely has some explosiveness. We'll see how the extra muscle will do, but I think he needs to bulk up. And, again, he's playing third stringers, second stringers, so he's not going up against the number 1 offense. But, still putting out some good production. So we got that.
What about Bellis Jones?
Oh, I mean, good question, man. Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
the guy is obviously gifted. I mean, talk about perfect segue. I mean, you have Booker, gifted, obviously. Keep him on the team, obviously, because you need more defensive ends to put in and rush the quarterback. But, why not keep Velus Jones? He's an athletic guy. He plays well. There's no real roster spot for him. And unfortunately, when the time comes, you got to trim down. You got to cut the fat.
It's exciting. There's just so much to talk about with these guys, and they haven't even started the regular season,
I mean, I don't remember this much hype in a very long time. Probably since Jay Cutler joined the Bears.
Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Jay Cutler.
Oh,
Cuddy.
Nothing but respect for Jay Cutler,
No, yeah, of course not.
We all have our
Nothing
opinions.
to do with Mitchie or Rex Grossman, but
did he care? Did he not care? At the end of the day, I think he's a fun personality, a little misunderstood, maybe a little too surfer, not enough rock and roll.
Well, he's the ultimate frat bro, but that's why we love him.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciated the guy for what he did for us.
Smoking Jay.
Smoking Jay Cutler. Ooh, it's a good one.
If I didn't give a fuck was a perfect spiral, he could throw it,
Yeah.
I mean, again, Caleb's got a cannon. I like that.
Yeah.
He's got a cannon. He can throw on the run.
Crazy.
It's gonna be fun.
Crazy mobility. Crazy.
It's gonna be fun.
Fields had a cannon.
What are the predictions?
Not,
what do you guys think is gonna happen? See, here's the thing. Yes, Fields had a cannon.
But he was not able to be. He couldn't.
He couldn't read defenses.
There was that.
He couldn't read defenses.
When he was
spotty.
When
he couldn't maintain.
He came in at the wrong moment. He had a bad and shitty offensive line.
That's
and then
true.
when the offensive line
That's
got
true.
decent enough, it was either too little, too late, and he couldn't read the defense and
panicked in the pocket.
And that's I see that probably the biggest Bears weakness going into the season. I still think the offensive line is the biggest Bears weakness. And luckily, we have a quarterback like Caleb Williams that can,
is gonna,
make plays out of scratch. But the offensive line, I think, will be an issue for the Chicago Bears this season.
Okay.
I have almost zero doubt in my mind that it will be an issue. Hopefully, we can keep Caleb safe and injury free.
Definitely.
I love Tyson Bagent, but I don't want to see him come into a game unless it's to finish out a blowout or something like that.
Or some cool trick, we're gonna put him in and then take a timeout and put him back, just to ice somebody,
Yeah.
Something like that. Get his family got 800 tickets. They were there. Who I want to meet, man? I want to meet this punter. Yeah. I think he's actually a really cool guy.
Austin Reed, yeah.
If Austin Reed wants to come on to QFTV,
dude's a freak. He's huge.
Do a podcast.
His punts are unreal, man. Mm-hmm. He kicks that ball from so many different angles. Just in the video we saw in Hard Knocks, I mean, there was one where it looked like he kicked the ball flat on its long side, almost projectiling it forward as it was a javelin or a disc of some sort.
I think
it was insane.
I think he has to restrain himself so he doesn't kick it out of the stadium a lot of times.
There was a spin on it. It looked like someone threw a football. It was wild. It was wild. But yeah, man. I mean, again, when they drafted him in the 4th round this year, I was kind of like, what? I don't care how good this punter is. This is a ridiculous move. No one does this. This is not something you do. They're maybe 7th rounders, 8th rounders, something later. But shit, man. Shut me the fuck up.
Yeah, then you find out he's the size of a lineman.
Yeah. Shut me the fuck up.
And then seeing him next to Cairo Santos, it's the contrast. It's
My Little Giant. What is that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito? Twins?
Yeah, twinning it up.
Twins. Hopefully he can hold for him. I mean, I don't know if he's ever held
in
before.
The snow and the rain.
But we'll see.
Yep.
One thing I never understood, man, I know it's about finesse and technique, but why could a punter never be also the kicker? Are they that talented or not? Just yes or no. Who's winning tomorrow, Chiefs or Bears?
Well, I'm going with the Bears. The Bears are going to go undefeated in preseason.
I think so, too. I think Tyson Bagent's going to pull out a nice 4-touchdown performance.
Yeah.
And then Reed, or what's the third stringer? He's probably going to go off for another 2.
Yeah.
I forget his name. He's good, too.
Rippin.
Yeah.
Kid's good, man. We've got a good offensive.
We made sure to get quarterbacks because
our O-line is our only weakness. I hope we pick someone up. I hope someone's casualty at the cutoff is our pickup.
All right, guys, we're gonna be winding it down here on this Bears talk. I want to talk to you guys about. I read. I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday. Chicago White Sox officially not in playoff contention anymore. I mean, was it ever in question?
Shocker. Oh. Stop the presses. No, I mean, that's... Ooh, talk about unpacking a lot right there. I mean... So...
Did you go to a game this season?
I went to a game, yeah.
Which one?
I went to Dodgers. I saw Ohtani. I booed Ohtani. At the end of the day, I'm still a White Sox. I had good seats. Shout out Lakeshore Beverage. But it was a complete and utter... Sorry, is a complete and utter just shit show on the south side of Chicago right now. No direction. No real prospects. No anything. I mean, it's devoid of any rhyme or reason.
They're tanking to move this team, or what's make it more palatable for the fan base when they get the fuck out of here?
I mean, yeah. I think they're taking to move the fan base.
I don't want them to go.
I don't think anyone wants them to go, but I mean, ownership needs to go, and if ownership wants to move.
The Bulls, guys, are you guys feeling optimistic about the Bulls at all?
No, I mean, similar to the White Sox. I mean, not just because they're the same ownership, or maybe because
I think it is the same.
I
think it is the same.
There's a certain way you run organizations, and it feels like that those two run very similarly, with the exception of getting extremely lucky and landing Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
The Bulls probably would suck to this day. Because Jerry Reinsdorf has owned them since the late or mid 80s, something like that. Before Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, he's always had an arrogance about him where we'll just get another Jordan, as if that isn't like everybody's first idea.
Right? You know what? I'll just get another one of these guys.
Why don't we just find someone as good as Michael Jordan somewhere?
No, honestly, I just think they treat their organizations more like a concession stand, a giant cash grab, with no real intention of winning championships.
Sounds like all Chicago sports.
Honestly, man.
Mafia owned.
I feel like the Bears do want to win a championship.
Yes.
They're definitely...
Yeah.
Out of all the teams that exist out there, I think the Bears do. The Blackhawks. I think the Blackhawks care a lot.
Did finish
the Fire.
I thought the Fire cared. Yeah, I thought the Fire cared.
They've spent over $25,000 over in the off season.
I don't know what they're doing. It's just like they have a home, they don't have a home. They play here, they play there. They're here, they're not there.
I got a lot to talk about the Fire, but
we'll get there.
I mean, again, referring to most of the Chicago sports landscape.
It looks like they're trying to clean up.
The Cubs seems like they're trying to do well.
The Fire seems like they're trying to clean up. They just got rid of sports director he left.
I mean, what moves did he make that impacted the team positively? I can't think of any.
Not at all. Yeah. On his way out, he's taking Shaqiri. Thank God. Please never come back to Chicago.
I mean, that was such a weird juxtaposition to see him excel in the World Cup and then play terribly here. It's either the coaching, the ownership, the desire by the player. I don't know.
I think it was motivation.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Goes to the Euros and he plays great. Again, the MLS is not for him. He's not for the MLS. Bad fit.
I mean, maybe he is, but just on a team that plays a little different.
Yeah, not the Fire.
I think he knew that he was gonna have a job internationally, and he took this as just a paycheck.
High paycheck.
I mean, good for him.
Yeah, he got his money.
Yeah.
He didn't get an ACL, MCL to tear. That's a big deal, you know.
Shaqiri. Goodbye.
Yeah, no, I can't say that any game that I went to, I saw him excel. Or
yeah, definitely not.
And
in John Duran though, I don't know if you guys have seen that guy. He's killing it right now.
I
think he's in an English club. He just scored.
John Durant.
Yeah, that guy, man, that was a terrible. The fire.
Bringing it up the pitch.
The fire gate. I think they sold him a little too soon, but that guy was just he was killing it when he was on the fire. I could tell he was killing it. I was really upset when they got rid of him. But good for him.
I mean, all the good players they get rid of, I suppose, or was that what you're saying? I don't.
Yeah, they sell them when they're getting better. I don't know if it's
So
it's good for the players. It's good for the money.
can we say it? Can we say that the MLS is a expansion/retirement league?
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, expansion retirement.
You know,
It's a development, college development, retirement league.
it's like you're in Final Destination 5. You know,
You send your players to Europe.
the side
mostly
players will
the English
be
Premier.
alive, but the main characters are gonna die there.
We have LAFC versus Columbus for the Leagues Cup final. How do you guys feel about the Leagues Cup as a whole? I know a lot of people just feel like it's just a money grab from like the Mexican fan base. Get their money. And you know what? I went to the Fire versus Toluca, and it was pretty much like a Toluca home game.
Yeah, that was.
Well,
a
here's my biggest.
So we have Soldier Field, and we use the tiny stadium out at Toyota Park or
Bedford Park.
Yeah,
Which is like 30 minutes away from the city of Chicago center.
There's
proper.
there's no road
public
trains,
transport.
Yeah.
no buses really around there.
You're either Ubering or driving yourself. Granted, there's ample parking.
SeatGeek Stadium.
SeatGeek, yeah, that's what it's called
It
now.
used to be Toyota. Yeah. Out in Bridgeview.
That's where the Fire used to play.
Yeah.
Not well either.
And now they play their Leagues Cup games there, so that's something like.
I mean, those were like paid for years ago. That's all.
It's kind of like a cop out for the MLS teams that lose to say, oh no, we don't care about this Leagues Cup. And
Well, but they're gonna win
the
it.
Mexican League thing,
Yeah.
they also cop out.
But
when
they're gonna
losing,
win it.
and they're like, no,
That's
we
the problem. Is
don't
that
care
like
about this Leagues Cup?
it seems like no one cares about it, but you know.
Do the fans care?
If you have a good, if
I
you
like
have
watching it, but
Why
as soon
would I?
as my teams are out, I'm not.
Why would I?
if you're one of the
invested in
good
it.
MLS teams, you care. Everyone else does it, and all Mexican fans are gonna see their home team play just for
Yeah.
the fun of it.
If they don't want to stand up for me, I want to stand up for
I
them.
think if the Leagues Cup were to have some more maturity, it would need to also play in Mexico stadiums.
Yeah,
The Mexican
I
stadiums.
think the fact that they don't is kind of like
That's kind of what's giving it that amateur look where people are not taking it seriously.
Well, come on, it's an amateur competition, guys.
I mean, yes.
Oh, we're showing out because this is the host nations
That-
coming up, so we
For
we
the
gotta
World
show
Cup?
out.
I mean, amateur. So Mexican soccer and U.S. soccer is bad,
well,
Right now, currently as it exists, yes.
but that's all. But compared to the CONCACAF or compared to the world,
Compared to the world.
yeah, we're
It's-
talking CONCACAF.
it's an untapped market.
Okay, yeah.
Where
Okay,
It's the two big leagues in
Yeah,
CONCACAF.
Yeah.
for sure.
The Mexican
So,
League and the American League.
I guess
MLS
to your
League.
point, yeah, it's a market grab. They're just like, hey, collect the funds.
Yeah, if they were to travel for these things and play it during their normal play, like how
Champions League and the English Premier.
all the other.
And yeah, they play magically. As if it can't be done anywhere else.
And everyone seems to be able to do it.
Right.
Every other.
But like here, it's like,
league-
no.
It's like no, let's stop play, and then let's all play hosted in the MLS stadiums,
And that's kind of what I was alluding to by an amateur competition.
and let's not. We
Part-timers.
have Soldier Field, but we're playing
Part-timers.
at, SeatGeek Stadium, which is a tiny stadium.
Holds maybe 20,000 people, maybe.
I think 27. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
It's-
Not the smallest,
we have
but
Soldier Field.
there are many football stadiums, college football stadiums, way bigger.
I can't imagine that in other cities that they're doing the same thing, just playing in like their, rec stadiums or something, instead of actually taking this competition seriously. It's bizarre. They did expand this year. They did add more teams, which was a big change.
Did they just get a new player?
They did.
Just got fired?
Ariel Lassiter.
Ariel?
Ariel Lassiter?
Ariel Lassitar?
from Montreal.
Yes, Montreal. CF
Ariel
Montreal.
Lassitar. Oh yeah, I know that guy. He's been around, right?
Yeah, he's been around.
I feel like he played for like Tigres.
Who did they
Tijuana?
get in that trade?
Galaxy. Oh, he's played for Houston.
Galaxy, Houston.
Inter Miami.
No Mexican clubs.
No Mexican clubs.
He plays for the Costa Rican national team.
I feel like
He's got
maybe
23
you know what?
appearances with the Costa Rican national
Yeah, I
team.
was saying what? Yes,
He was just at the
yes.
Copa America.
That makes a lot of sense.
probably
His
scoring
name
on
sounds
Mexico.
really familiar. Like, I feel like he played in some Mexican league, but no, he played against. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, come on. Who hasn't scored against the Mexican team?
Lately?
I think I got one in by accident. I was just walking by.
Oh, yeah. Let's not even get started on Mexican soccer.
You read my mind. I didn't even say anything. We all thought it, and yeah.
What's there to talk about?
Let us down a dark path.
What's there to talk about, guys? Comment down below. Is it even worth talking about?
It's going down the path of oh my god, what is that called? The Acolyte, 86th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little upset about that. That's a whole different podcast. We're not gonna talk about
It
that
could be
tonight.
the same
Order
podcast for now.
66.
But like, what the fuck? Acolyte canceled. We're not gonna see Plagueis. Like, that's ridiculous.
I mean, the Acolyte was terrible.
It wasn't terrible. Tell me why it was terrible.
Bad acting, bad writing. That's about it.
What was the bad acting?
This is bad acting all around.
Okay, that's very generic. I think if you're gonna say bad acting, you would point at something. So then maybe what you mean is bad script.
Bad
Or
writing.
then what'd you say?
Bad writing.
Bad writing. Okay, so
Bad writing, yeah.
what was wrong with the writing?
It's just bad.
What was your biggest qualm about the writing of The Acolyte?
There's too.
Too what? Too Star Warsy or too un-Star Warsy? That's the only real answer.
Too neither.
And I think, well, okay, great. And I think that's what's great about it, is that it felt like neither. It felt like its own independent story that just happened to have this ecosystem that it existed in. And if you could enjoy that as its own individual story, where it wasn't too Star Warsy or not Star Warsy at all,
like it was
I felt it was good.
written by someone that barely learned about Star Wars and visited a convention and took all the things they enjoyed about that convention experience and tried to put that all in one show. And that while that was fun and probably was really fun to write and work with, it just doesn't sit well in like the whole entire canon of it. Plagueis was like the best thing that I see that came of that. There was some good swords fight. There was some good choreography. There was some cheesy acting. That's what I think was bad. Like some just cheesy lines. I guess it was cheesy writing. The actors portrayed this cheesy writing however they were given it.
You know what? I don't mind that because Star Wars is rooted in some cheesy acting and cheesy writing.
I mean, initially, yeah. I just treated
But like
it as an
the
independent
villainy
story.
was just kind of real dorky.
Okay,
so,
my biggest gripe with the whole thing was the teeth on the helmet. That was a little weird. I was like, this
that
seems
was super like what is this, a Slipknot album?
well, not even that.
And I love Slipknot, you know, but like, come on.
If characters like Darth Vader, which was way more powerful, opted for a more
That's clearly a very Kylo Ren-y thing.
Yeah, and it was like, this is, I don't know. It just felt a little.
You went to a convention, you saw someone with the helmet, they had teeth on
Ooh,
it. You thought
epiphany.
it was cool.
Boom, light bulb. Maybe, yeah. I mean that sounds right.
The lightsaber thing.
And
Those are straight up
it felt too aliens,
effects.
and I was like, that's H.R. Geiger, and you can't fuck with that shit. That's aliens. Excuse me.
They had some.
Can we get another J lit up?
Yeah.
There's the Mandalorian and Grogu coming out, guys.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Why isn't that canceled?
Because that's amazing. It's fantastic.
Is it though?
Grogu dolls.
Grogu?
Yes. Grogu dolls make
Is
too
it
much
it's
money.
cute?
Yes. But okay, so Grogu's not introduced to the ending of the first season of Mandalorian.
He is the.
Like you know you're gonna go get some asset.
He is the
You don't know what
Furby,
the
the
fuck it
Beanie
is?
Baby of this
No,
generation.
3 episodes in. It takes 3 episodes. How long does it take?
He's the anti-Jar Jar.
How long till you see the child? Like you don't even see the child for a while, right?
Yeah, you don't.
And then when you see him, it's like, oh shit! But the series was good before him.
I hope he grows up to talk English.
Yeah, I hope he grows up to be
He's gonna talk backwards.
Not like Yoda.
Yeah, he's
I want
gonna
him to
talk like
be-
Yoda. Yeah, he's gonna talk just like Yoda.
I don't want him to talk like Yoda.
I hope he does, because Yoda's just like dyslexic or what?
Well, he's just from a more ancient race that maybe hadn't
It'd be
acclimated
like-
quite yet.
It'd be
you
like
know?
if a Shakespearean person would come now, you know, like.
Language, bro,
This
language.
is-
We have a lot of words that old English people from like the 1800s would be like, what is he saying?
Even like 30, 40 years ago, somebody would be confused by how we speak.
It's very common, I would
So
say.
you're saying
not
Grogu's a
proper.
zoomer?
Yeah.
I hope he gets like an ugly teenage face,
He's
or
gonna
he
be
gets
like
old
Skibbity.
and perverted or something.
Talk about Riz.
Do you guys think he's gonna pierce his ears?
Yeah, something like that.
Get a mullet. I mean,
Ooh, why
yeah,
not? Yeah.
white little hair mullet. You know?
He's gonna get like a scar for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, from fighting. Yeah, he's gonna kick some ass. Yeah, tattoo. The Mandalorians get tattoo. He's gonna get a tattoo.
It's a good show, man. I mean, I again, to go back, I like The Acolyte. I thought it was good. I did not mind it. There was maybe like maybe there was like 2 episodes where they felt a little long, but they were establishing story, and I felt like this whole first season was establishing story
I
for
thought it was
Plagueis.
kind of tacky or cheesy that they had like a reset, like a cell phone, for like a Star Wars guy. Like that's kind of weird. Like why not just there's already established like canon for it. You can just say a data wipe. Like why do you have to reset it like a phone, like pressing 2 buttons? It's just tacky and cheesy.
I feel like all machines in time would have something like that.
I don't remember them speaking of going to hell, but they say go to hell or see you in hell like twice.
Who does what?
No, you know what?
Not Osha, the other one, her twin sister.
Oh,
I actually want to say
Angie? No.
that goes back to Han.
no, Matt.
Osha and
May.
May, yeah. So May says go to hell and I'll see you in hell. And it's like, okay, well, in all of Star Wars, they've always said, the maker. And
No, I believe.
3PO means the maker as Darth Vader.
I think it goes back to Han Solo. I think he said hell in one of the original movies.
I mean, okay. First of all,
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
are we gonna nitpick that?
Well, I don't really mind.
How many religions are there here on Earth? Do you think there's not gonna be that many more religions in the
Yes.
universe?
The
Hypothetically
cell phone
speaking,
thing,
realistically
the cell
speaking.
phone thing.
What cell phone?
The cell phone reset thing is just the big one for me.
What? I'm not.
Well, she's resetting Pit. Like as if it was a cell phone.
But you can do that with any droid.
But not like a cell phone. You don't do a reset. You don't press 2 buttons, like hold it on the
No,
side.
true.
Like it's just...
That was a
it's
little too
very
modern.
big, like,
That was a very modern thing.
like a big, like, look, this is what we're doing.
You gotta take chip out, put it on a computer.
It's one of those things where our world has changed science fiction.
I just thought it was cheap. I thought they just didn't try hard enough.
I think Eric is right. I think they were just trying to
And if they're trying
bridge the
to-
gap, get more viewers. Just think about it this way. There all those YouTube videos where it's like, hey, how do you hang up a phone? People were like, beep. And other people are like, oh. I know you guys can't see that out there, but I just put like a telephone to my ear and then push the button on my hand.
I think one of the cool things about movies is that you're watching this technology that isn't like yours.
I do like
It's
that. I do
different.
like older movies
It's
to.
advanced, or it's like ancient, or it's like
Both.
yeah, both. Yeah, it's
It
like
could be ancient and
alien,
lost and advanced
advanced alien, or ancient alien. And that's the cool part of it. And to just be like, no, this is just like a cell phone, but in space, in the same universe where there's advanced and ancient, but we're just gonna throw modern cell phone usage into it for no reason. It's just like, all right.
It felt cheap. Yeah, okay. I see where you're coming from there.
And I
I
feel
don't
like there's
agree, but-
and I feel like some of the effects on the lightsaber stuff, it's kind of just like you went to the convention, you saw that the NeoPixel lightsaber has that same exact effect, and you're like, well, that's cool. I want to do that in my show.
Do they not do it with computers
hold
anymore?
on. Time out. What if that was old lightsaber technology, and as it improved, it stopped doing that because they were better.
That's true.
Boom.
They stabilized the Kybers a little better.
They wouldn't turn off with any old anything.
And they made them stronger so they wouldn't break out.
Just saying. It's possible. It's possible. It's a movie, bro. Use your imagination. Don't be so critical about the minor details.
I
Have
do
fun.
like how it makes the Jedi look like cops.
Just have fun. They are, and they
they're
always
like
have been.
dicks.
That's what I'm saying. They are, and they always
They've
have
always
been.
been dicks.
Kinda
But they're like,
Green
we're
Lantern.
peaceful people.
It reminds
But
me
it's
of
like,
Green Lantern.
Hey, you leave the Green Lanterns out of this.
And they both similarly
They are
have, like,
peaceful people.
and they're similarly their downfall is the same thing. It's their fear and their like hubris.
But Green Lanterns are a peaceful core. It's like the Marines, but friendly. Dun, 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 dun.
Where were they when Krypton exploded?
Well,
Oh,
you know?
wow.
I feel like the
maybe Krypton could not be involved. Just like we can't get involved.
they're called the Guardians.
They are the
Yeah,
Guardians.
those Guardians have a little too much sway. They need to.
Do they though? They've been killed multiple times by multiple beings, including a Green Lantern and
Somehow they
Sinestro.
always come back to life or some shit. Like someone travels back in time and they're back.
Well, no, actually, the last series I read, which is actually it's been a while, there was only 3 left.
Bro,
Council had been whittled down to 3 after all the.
they all came back for the Blackest Night event that then became the fucking New 52, and then there was the Pre-52. I don't know, a bunch of other shit.
Did you see that Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner in
I did not.
Superman, the Superman movie?
There's a Superman movie.
James Gunn's Superman.
Wait, who's Superman?
Fillion.
I don't know.
Nathan Fillion is Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Who's Superman?
I don't really know his
Sorry,
name.
I'm a Green Lantern fan, but like, who the fuck is Superman?
Who's Superman?
I don't know.
It's a
his
Superman
name.
film, right?
Henry Cavill.
No, it's not.
It's a Superman film, right? With Green Lantern, or Green Lantern film with Superman?
So it's kind of like the way it's
Who's
looking.
featuring who?
It's the way it's looking. There's the
Brave in the Boat.
the first Superman movie, and in it the Justice League already exists, or I believe it's some version of the Justice League, and it's run by Maxwell Lord. So it's Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl confirmed.
I know Maxwell Lord. He's
Yeah.
kind of a villain.
Oh,
He's always a villain.
slimy.
Yeah, I thought you guys knew that. He's like perpetrating, like he's trying to like do
He's a
the
piece of
best
shit.
for the earth, but ultimately he's like
Doesn't
this.
he kill?
Well, he just says this is what's best for the
Does
earth.
he kill
like,
the Blue Beetle?
Yeah.
He fought
Wow.
Wonder Woman. in
Not Jamie Reyes.
last
If you guys
movie.
just watched that movie.
Listen, man.
Ted Kord.
I love Blue Beetle. I like the story. That movie.
I didn't watch it.
Awful. DC, what are you doing? Just like whoever is directing your movies, stop it.
It was.
Whoever
Stop it.
I thought it was
Everything
alright,
you
but I
do,
really
stop
could have
it.
done without
I love
George
your
Lopez.
shows.
Could have done it without that guy.
I-
George just like he like too
George
trying to
does
be
George
Lopez.
George just does George Lopez all the time.
He tried to steal
yeah.
the show and it was
Take
like,
George
dude,
Lopez
get out of
away.
here.
That's why
No,
I refuse to watch it because of George Lopez.
I watched it. It was
I'll
good,
watch it
but
one
like
day.
just George Lopez, just like dude,
On a
get out of here.
It was
Something
some of the villain
that's-
stuff.
It could have
was
been a
like,
serious,
but
good
it was fun.
storyline, and it became like comical because of George Lopez.
Did you guys check out that House of the Dragon finale? I saw. I thought it was good if you watched the second to last and then the last one together.
Yeah,
'Cause then it
even
felt like-
then, it's kind of annoying.
It felt like a movie almost, like all one thing.
Yeah, but
It's
it's kind
a
of like
terrible movie. Then.
Fuck. It's like just wait for next season. I got you.
So
But is this gonna lead to Dunk and Egg? Like, is this just gonna go all the way down the House of All the Dragon?
I think so,
Because if it does, that's pretty badass.
but they
Time jump.
did they. Am I correct? Did they confirm they're stopping after season 3?
I think there's 2 more, so
So-
it's like 4 and 5.
Oh, so they're
Four and
not going
five?
down
Okay.
the Dunk
Yeah.
and Egg.
No, 3 and 4. 3 and 4.
There you go.
Wait, so 2 more seasons.
Yeah, because right now one went out and then 2 just finished. So they're
If they do 2
3
more
or 4.
seasons, each season being like a generation of Targaryens, they
You
can
can't do
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's only 200 years.
Well,
2
look.
generations would be right to
Hold on.
Daenerys.
Well, that's how. So, between Daenerys and
Egg. By the time Egg's old, he's
Egg's directly
He's-
related to her.
he's
To Daenerys.
he's the maester at Castle Black.
He's
Egg.
not the Maester.
He is.
That's his brother.
No, he's the maester.
That's his brother.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
He was an uncle to
Aegon.
or
His
great
brother was Aegon.
great
Yeah.
uncle or something.
He
didn't
was
wanna-
Aemon.
He did
Targaryen.
not want to be king. Not the kids that we've seen of Rhaenyra's, unless they're like childs, but the kids between her and Daemon, one of them will birth, I think, like some kids which will mate amongst themselves, which will then mate with some Baratheon or something down the line. For I think 3 more of those, until it reaches like Rhaegar and Jon and Daenerys. If they do Dunk and Egg on a separate series but related to the season 4, that'd be badass. Like season 4 ends when Dunk and Egg begins?
Potentially. There's so much more to go. I mean, the books obviously have a lot more.
George, you gotta like wrap it
yeah,
up.
Just stop it, B. Like you just.
You're done.
It's
just call it.
All over.
It's sad at this point.
Yeah, just call it a day,
just
man.
Do it, dude.
You're like the last guy at the strip club, all fucked up, drunk, offering to get more cash out of the ATM if they'll keep going.
Like,
stop it, bro.
Yeah.
Put the books out already. Finish the script. Shut the fuck up. Wrap it up, B.
Or jump the shark. Do something stupid like invent a robot in the series or something.
Transform and roll out.
Are you guys gonna be excited about the next Avengers where we're looking at Antonio Stark as Doctor Doom? What's that about? That's weird.
No. I don't.
Yeah, no, man.
Look, okay. I think they're gonna look. Hold on. Hear me out, guys.
I will.
I think this is they're pulling the wool over our eyes.
Yes.
I think they're
I agree.
purporting this as like something.
If they're not, this is terrible.
It's a weird way. They're like spoiling a big secret, and it's like
it's too obvious.
They could have kept that a secret, but they announced it.
It's too obvious.
Which means he's going to play a minor character. He's going to be an alternate universe version.
Yeah, of Doctor Doom
and
that exists.
A Doctor Doom's going to be in it.
And so there's still going to be the Empire of King, just a little different.
I think I know who their Doctor Doom is. It's a wild guess.
They could bring back
Henry Cavill.
I believe
they could bring back Terrence Howard as the alternate universe king.
That'd be good.
Doctor Doom is powerful.
That would be
I was going to say that. He created his own kingdom of Latvia.
I want to go down on record as saying this. I think this is a bait and switch. I believe they have the perfect Doctor Doom already, and it's Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I think their Doctor Doom is going to be a Reed Richards.
He's going to pop out and boom.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
I think
Pedro Pascal is
Mr. Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
He's Mr. Fantastic.
Is he Mr.
Pedro
Fantastic?
Yeah, no, this movie's confirmed. It's wrapped. Okay. There's a trailer for it.
Okay, so he's Mr. Fantastic in this movie.
Yeah.
Doctor Doom is
Antonio Stark. Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
I gotta say 2 things real quick.
It's gonna be Doom.
Number 1, my mind is blown, and someone else earlier tonight told me some crazy thing like that I was like, I can't tell nobody. So I forgot about it, but it was like something crazy. Like there was a confirmed actor that went in to a spot, and they said they were doing this because they were here to do that.
Ooh.
And I can't say names or what it was, but it was at big. It's Disney.
Disney levels of big.
It's Disney.
Okay.
For sure, confirmed Disney. It's Disney.
Marvel. Star Wars.
Yes.
Okay. Marvel. Yeah. We're getting a little inside loop. Cut it out. Okay.
No. We're good. Just like what I'm saying is it wasn't the first thing you said. It was the second one you said.
Oh, okay. All right. That'll be up to the viewers to figure that one out. Well, wow. Okay. You were just rubbing elbows and got that information?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was off.
Wow.
They came in, and they were dropping names and talking about stuff, and they were here for a convention that happened last weekend.
Can I guess the actor? Was it Marison Board?
I cannot confirm or deny, but they had a good time.
Dark Fannel?
And it was just there was probably a lot of kids at this convention, and one of my favorite movies, kids.
Ooh. Okay. A little wink.
Harmony, the director, introduces us some amazing characters and actresses. And yeah, it's I've had a crush on Rosario Dawson since then.
That is massive news. Massive news coming from the QFTV podcast.
Drigh Bartender.
When can we expect more Drigh Bartender from you, man?
I mean, every Wednesday.
Yeah.
After Hard Knocks, and then Sundays after the Bears game, for after the game reaction.
That's gonna be, man. Are you guys ready for the heartbreaks? And it's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions.
I'm calling it now. Bears are gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, undefeated.
I think they are.
Win the Super Bowl.
And I think it's gonna be next year. I don't think it'll be this year. I think it'll be next year, because we need one or two more positions on the offensive line, and then we're gravy, baby. Once we get two guys,
that carry back-to-back championships. Bears champions.
it's gonna be 2025, 2026 Bear champions.
We will.
I'm calling it right here, right now. Drigh Bartender.
We will win 2 Super Bowls.
2 Super Bowls back to back.
Yeah, and then we're gonna go dry for
Caleb
like
Williams
20
is
years.
gonna look like Hal Jordan with the rings in his hands.
Yeah.
Give it 5 years and the Bulls will win one.
Well, they asked him that question. You guys see that on Hard Knocks? And he said, "Give me the 10 Super Bowls."
Yeah.
Which
10 rings.
the crazy part about that dilemma is that like every Bears fan would 100% throw their lives for that. But what if it was that one person that did not give zero shits about sports? They like didn't even know who the Bears were on their radar, but they're fans because like their grandparents were fans and their dad were fans, and then they were fans just by indoctrinations, and they die.
Bears.
I think if you explain
The Bears.
if you explain the
The
situation
Bears.
to anyone, they would understand.
It would be
It's
like
the Bears.
it would be like
It's not like the Cubs. It's the Bears.
Ditka, or a hurricane named Ditka.
Yeah.
Ditka.
Yeah, I just I think they're gonna win back to back.
I think they are too, man. I think it's gonna be year 2 and year 3 for Caleb Williams, and then unfortunately, I said it already earlier, but I think he's gonna be a diva, and we're gonna either pay too much and the team's gonna flounder around and flop out, or
Back up. Back up.
he's gonna go somewhere else and do great.
Da-da-da-da.
Na, 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 na. Hey, goodbye. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love the Bears. I want them always to do well. I want them to win championships every year. But realistically speaking, there's an expiration date on Caleb Williams, and who knows what's going to happen. It's too far to think now, but he's going to be really good. At least now he looks really good to me.
It's gonna be exciting to think about watching him for the next, couple of years.
At least 4,
Yeah.
maybe 5. From now
2
going
and tomorrow
forward,
to the QFTV Cruise Marquee Minute, and
when we
see
talk
you.
everything,
We'll talk bullshit. Yeah.
call us.
Well, it was nice talking to you all. Join us today after the game. We'll have more coverage for you.
Yeah, man. See you guys tomorrow. Same dry time, same dry place.